What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel as well as on Twitch, so make sure you come by and say hello. This video is also brought to you by my music, which is available anywhere you stream music under the name Aftersound, and I do have a new song out recently called Just Kids, so check it out. Let me know what you think, and I appreciate the support. All right, guys, we have the official post on the inaugural Land Card Edition. This is the full announcement and technical specs. Now, we had the Medium post a little while back, which had a lot of information. There's some new information here. I'm not going to read this entire thing to you, but there is some new information here, so let's just go through it from top to bottom. Like I said, I'm going to skim through a lot of it because we already know that information, and I don't want to just be rereading things to you. So let's go ahead down. We know the mint quantities already. We know that there's going to be different rarities, what they're designed for. Allocation rights. Now, this is something, and I'll do a separate video on this, but the allocation rights were already captured on November 18th. You can go and find your allocation rights in your items other section, right? So it was captured based on the total production you have staked on land, each player's proportional share. So keep in mind that this is valid for only the first 3 days, and allocation rights are soulbound. After 3 days, crafting becomes open to everyone. So unless people decided to just go in and create everything, my guess is that this is probably going to go on for a while. Now, Cinder, we already knew there's going to be 1.5x of CP required for crafting all 4 land cards, soulbound cards, and cards burnable for glint merits. So basically, gladiators do not produce Cinder, and Cinder introduces a long-term deflationary mechanic for cards, which I love. We're definitely going to dive more into Cinder and some ideas I have for it down the road. Land card abilities, we've talked about these already. Nothing really changes here. We did find out that same abilities don't stack. So if you have rationing minus 10% and rationing minus 25%, only the stronger effect applies. Also, if you have bountiful grain plus 3% and 50%, only 50% applies. Now, here's the other thing too. If you have toil and kin and the 10% bonus is present, and you have multiple elf workers, you still only receive one 10% bonus. You do not receive multiple 10% bonuses, which kind of sucks. I thought that you would be able to get that, but it is what it is. Now, that being said, if you have toil and kin plus 10 and bountiful grain and their different abilities, those will stack even if it's just on a single card, right? The card is both, I don't know, maybe life and elf at the same time. And then example 5, Toil and Kin plus 10% and Toil and Kin Mundane Beast plus 5% stack because they target different bloodlines and thus are considered different abilities, so that'll give you a total of 15%. Now, Labor's Luck, more detail. It will work like Totem Fragment rolls, similar to how it's described in the land white paper. The bonus for castles and keeps does not apply. The percent chance is 0.0007% per 1,000 base production per hour. The exact percentage will be set 1 week after the feature goes live upon the first cards being crafted. This percentage will vary depending on production power and the number of cards in the Labor's Luck ability. The intention is that Labor's Luck bucket lasts for roughly 1 year, although this depends on randomness and overall land production. So if land production starts to go up, my guess is that the cards will start to come faster. So that should be interesting to watch. 806 premium foil cards is what we are looking at across gold foil, black foil, arcanes, yeah, good stuff there. Odds and ends, so golden overcap rule. Lands do not produce more than 100k. However, their abilities remain active even when the production cap is reached. This gives cap plots meaningful use for the remaining worker slots. For example, if a plot already has 100k from an alpha gold foil legendary, a land card placed in another slot will not add production, but will add its abilities, such as maybe you don't need a power core or you have DEC reduction, right? Something like that. So it can still be useful in that scenario. Okay, land card usage. Cards cannot be used in ranked brawler tournaments. I think we know that. They're not going to have stats, or combat stats, I should say, function exclusively on land as workers. They also can be placed on mage wagons for conflict, but note they cannot be on both land and a mage wagon simultaneously. So keep that in mind. We've gone through the base production already. We've gone through the stats of all of these cards, and we know how much they're going to cost. I give a little eye candy here as to what the crafting is going to look like for each of these cards and all of their stats. So we're not going to dive into any of that. And then estimated craft cost. I believe we've had that already as well. So nothing too crazy here. but still some interesting information. Totals, 2.3 billion grains, what we're expecting to burn, 540 million wood, 90 million stone, 40 million iron, and 95 million aura, 142 million cinder, which roughly equals about 95 million collection power. And this is about $23,000 worth of DEC at peg value resources, or peg resource value. So this is actually kind of small if you think about it. I mean, people have spent millions of dollars on the other cards out there, so this is actually quite a small set when you consider the overall value. Conclusion: the inaugural land edition introduces new land specific gameplay, new resource skins or sinks, and deflationary burn mechanic through cinder, blah 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 blah. Lots of good stuff here. I am very excited. The one thing that this post does not have is a launch date. So I still don't know when it will be live, but maybe we'll get some more information on that very soon. That is all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.